Hello, grade 6. This video is a discussion of paper 1 of the specimen. Let's start by taking a look at the reading section. Text A is an explanatory text. I hope you can remember explanatory texts. Explanatory text is a text that explains a process. It explains how something is done, okay? Like, for example, how does a volcano erupt? In the form of a process, in the form of stages. In this text, we have how is chocolate made, okay? This text describes how is chocolate made in the form of a process chronologically. If you remember that, chronologically means it is in order. I have to write the steps in order so that the reader can understand the process, okay? Take a look at the text, try to analyze it. You're going to find that he started with a rhetorical question to grab the reader's attention. You're going to find that he used connectives in order to link the stages together, okay? Text B is a persuasive text, okay? He started by grabbing the reader's attention by using a rhetorical question, okay? The purpose of this text is to persuade the reader to hire this company, okay? It's a company that plans chocolate parties, okay? You're going to find that the text includes a lot of persuasive techniques. Let's take a look at line number 2. Line number 2 here uses us, and this is a first person pronoun. Here we have also another first person pronoun. When we go through the text, you're going to find that he used persuasive language like mouth-watering, melt in the middle, chocolate stars. How does this phrase make you feel? Doesn't it make you feel like you want to taste this chocolate? It makes you feel that this is very delicious. And here in the next paragraph, we have fantastically fun. This is a sound device, alliteration, to make it memorable, to make it easy for the reader to remember it. In the next line, we have the time will just fly. This is another technique called figurative language, because the party is so much fun that you're not going to be able to feel the time pass. As we go through the text, you're going to find that he used first and second person pronouns and other techniques as well. Remember to analyze the text to make it easy for you to answer the questions. Now let's take a look at the questions. Okay, question number 1. This is a content question. Okay, it's very easy. Name one thing that affects the taste. This is very easy. The age of the tree or where the tree is grown. Text number 2, consistent over time. This means that it does not change at all. The flavor or the taste of the chocolate does not change. Question number 3, this is a content question. It is very direct. You're just going to number the process in order. Question number 4, it is very, very important that you write only one word. Remember that, one word, not a phrase, just one word, okay? Number 5, it's also direct, and number 6 as well. Let's take a look at number 7. This is a question that you have come across before, to tick the boxes or the phrases that use the passive form of the verb. Okay, this question is very important. I'm sure that you have seen it in a lot of texts and sheets before. Okay, it is very easy. Just try to read the sentence, try to understand it, okay, and see which sentence uses the passive form. And of course, we all remember why the passive form is used. It basically because the object is more important than the subject. Okay, we all remember this answer. However, there are other answers as well. Like, for example, the process is more important than the doer or the person who's actually doing it. Or it doesn't matter who is doing the process. Okay, because when I use the passive form, I focus on the object. It is very important to remember that. Moving on to question 8, give 3 connectives used to show time. Okay, time, remember that, not contrast, time, like after, next, or then, or finally. But why do you think does the writer use them? Connectives of time are used to show sequence or to order things. Here, since this is an explanatory text and he's describing a process in order, so it's important that he uses connectives of time in order to order the things that happen. Okay? Question 9 is a direct question, easy. You can get the answer from the text, as well as question 10. And let's move on to question 11. Time will just fly. This is a metaphor because time does not fly. Okay, what can fly? Birds, for example, or planes. So this is a metaphor. Okay, suggest one reason why time will fly, because there are many activities, or because it will be so much fun, the children will have fun, or they're going to be so busy. The word crammed means, in question 12, the word crammed means that the bag is full, that the bag is packed to the full, that there's no space left anymore. Question 13, give 2 examples of alliteration from the text. Remember that when we get alliteration, remember to take a look at the sound, the first sound, not the letter. Okay, like crispy coconut or coconut cups, they start with the same sound. Okay, if you take a look at this note, do not accept cute chocolate, although they both start with a C. However, they do not start with the same sound. Okay, do not forget that. Question 14 is an important question. I want you to study it. Explain 3 ways the last paragraph is different from the rest of the text. First of all, the 3 first paragraphs use very descriptive, powerful words, and they are full of opinion. But the last paragraph uses factual information because it gives details about the party itself. Okay, if you take a look at the text, you're going to find that the last paragraph gives a lot of information about the party itself. Okay, factual information, not just opinion. Okay, there are other answers as well. Okay, I'm just picking the easiest ones for you. Okay, the first 3 paragraphs are directed towards the children, telling them what they're going to do, the activities, but the last paragraph is directed towards the parents because he's giving information or facts about the party itself. Okay, moving on to question 15. Give 2 ways these short sentences are similar. Again, you have seen this question before. He gives you 2 sentences and he asks you how these 2 sentences are similar or different. Remember, this is mainly a grammatical question, so try to look at it from a grammatical point of view. Like, for example, the tense or the type of the sentence. Here, they are both simple sentences, okay? Both of them use exclamation marks, or both of them use first person plural. Remember, it can be other things as well. It can be, for example, a passive or active voice. It's important that you look at this question from a grammatical point of view. Moving on to question 16. What is the purpose of text A? Since we said that it is an explanatory text, so of course its purpose is to explain or to describe the process of making chocolate. If you write just explain, that's fine, it will be considered correct. As for text B, its purpose is to persuade because it's a persuasive text, or to draw people into having a chocolate party, or to make people want to have a chocolate party. If you write only persuade and that's it, your answer is correct. Okay? Let's move on to the writing section. When you look at the writing section, you're going to find that it's different. Write a newspaper report for your local newspaper about an incident or event involving chocolate. So it's not an explanatory text or a persuasive text. This is normal, okay? There's no problem with that. Remember to read the ideas that he gives you, because these ideas can help you. They help you brainstorm. They help you think of an idea that you can write about. Newspaper reports are reports that are written in a newspaper, if you remember that. He's telling us here an important note. Remember to use the conventions of newspaper report. This means that he wants you to write a headline, remember that? A catchy headline by using alliteration or rhyming or powerful vocabulary. You have to explain what happened exactly, when and where it happened, and of course, comments from relevant people who have seen the accident. There is another note written here. Please remember to read it. Do not skip it. You do not need to use columns. You do not need to divide your page into 2 sections. You can write in normal paragraphs. That's all right. Okay? Bear in mind when you write a newspaper report that you have to use the past tense, because you're writing about an accident that had already happened. So it's important that you use the past tense. Of course, this is a report written in a newspaper, so you have to use formal language, okay? You have to use formal language. This means try as much as you can not to use contractions. And passive voice, because passive voice contributes to the formality of the text. It's a way to make the text formal, especially when you're talking about the details of the accident. When you start by telling me the details of the accident, remember to write them in the passive voice as much as you can, okay? And of course, we should not forget to write quotes of eyewitnesses. We have to write at least 2 quotes of eyewitnesses, okay? It doesn't matter the number of the paragraphs. You can write 4 paragraphs, you can write more. It's up to you if the details are a lot. Just make sure that when you write the text, the writing task, make sure to revise. Make sure you don't have any mistakes. Make sure to include compound sentences, complex sentences, connectives, and powerful vocabulary. That's going to be all for now. Stay tuned for more videos. Thank you, grade 6.